You're sitting on the couch watching your show, and you think something sweet would be so good right now. You run to the pantry and you grab one little square out of the bar of chocolate or one nugget out of the bag, and you go back. But then you go back to the pantry again and again and again. So if eating sugar opens up the floodgates for you, like a switch goes on, I hear you because I am a recovering emotional eater. Hi, I'm Kim. Welcome to the Emotional Eats podcast. And today I'm going to teach you how to eat sugar without losing control. So, in this very unscripted podcast episode where I'm just having a conversation with you, I'm going to share a really personal experience that just happened to me the other day that I hope will help you in your journey to be able food that you want, but not lose control so much because that's where we're struggling with blood sugar, metabolic issues, and weight gain. We can have it, but it's not really something we can have if we feel like we're going to lose control. And so many women come to me and they say, Kim, I just can't keep it in the house. But what if you could keep it in the house and we didn't make it such a special thing that we are thinking about it all the time? So I'm going to share the story with you so you know that I literally went through this and my favorite treat in the whole world. And if you've been listening to the podcast, you know that chocolate and peanut butter, they are my jam. I just love chocolate and peanut butter together. So someone in the office thought they were being really sweet, knowing that I love me a peanut butter cup, gave me a peanut butter cup. And my initial response in the old days would be for me to just, I would just munch it down in two bites, maybe less, and I would be wanting more right away. So when I taste things like that, my initial reaction is I just want more and more and more. And I will normally buy enough that I will just keep going. And maybe it's not just a double peanut butter cup, maybe it's a king size, and I can easily get through all of them. Or putting them in a cupboard and hiding them does nothing for me because I know where they are and my body's going to keep asking for them. So this peanut butter cup sat on my desk. I put it on my desk, and I'm going to tell you the strategy that I used in order to not eat it right away. Because what happens is when you eat it right away, you're not tasting it, you're not really enjoying it, you're just having it, and then you want more and more because it's filling a different need. That sugar that you might be going for might be filling a space where you're bored, or maybe you're procrastinating and you're avoiding doing something. Maybe you've had a really long day, and maybe you just are stressed out. And that's just a way to numb out and veg out. Food is really the easiest thing to turn to, but sugar also hits off our reward system. So when we get that dopamine hit, that's also a wonderful feeling in addition to the fact that it really does taste good. There's so much more sugar in all of our products too than there was many, many years ago. When I had the same peanut butter cup, it's definitely sweeter than what I grew up with. And if you've noticed that, I'd love to hear from you because I feel like there's just more and more sugar being added to everything. And it really does help create that addiction. So pay attention to what you're buying too, because that will just feed your addiction. Withdrawing from sugar is hard. It definitely gives you a light up in the brain that helps you escape from something. It's very difficult to give up. There are many similarities to other things that we could be addicted to. But just think about it this way. It helps us really, in a way, check out just like scrolling, shopping, having a glass of wine. So back to my peanut butter cup. So my peanut butter cup is sitting on my desk at work and I have some things to do. And I thought, well, I'll just let it sit there for a minute. I could smell it. I could smell the sugar. And I decided not to fall down the same trap of just eating it and then wanting more and maybe going out and buying more of my own. This was a gift and I was going to slow it down. And I really did want to taste it and try it, but I did not want to continue the cycle where I would start over tomorrow or start over on Monday. You know that feeling. So I decided to use my own method. The first thing I do before I have sugar, when I can, because there are some circumstances we can't do it, I try to have my protein and fiber first. When we eat that sugar alone, we know that it's affecting our blood sugar. And remember, Many of us who are looking at losing weight or maintaining our weight in midlife, really the key is metabolic health. It's more metabolic health than just weight loss because weight loss just is losing weight. It's not actually taking care of your health long term. Weight loss can be gained back very quickly. When you have metabolic health, you'll keep that weight off. So blood sugar is a piece of that. So I always try when possible, because we're talking real life here, to have protein and fiber before I have that sugar. So I had my lunch. My lunch that day just happened to be a chicken thigh and some sauteed cabbage, and I had a little bit of fruit. And I had that, and then I felt very stable. I also felt full and satisfied. And I also just felt like I wasn't having an urgent reaction to this peanut butter cup. Because when this peanut butter cup is sitting there and I feel like I have to have it right away, that urgent reaction is actually emotional eating. If I'm hungry, that is a slow feeling that comes on very, very slowly. Your stomach growls. You know you're hungry. You will eat healthy food. When you are wanting something urgently, like popping off the couch to go get that chocolate, that is an emotional response. That's not a real hunger, I need this food for physiological reasons response. It's an emotional response. So when I had the chicken thigh and the cabbage, that may not sound good to you. So just any protein and fiber, have that first. Then I was set up and feeling very stable, at least physically, before having the peanut butter cup. Then what I did with the peanut butter cup is I took a very small bite. And actually, I jumped ahead. I did smell it and just looked at it. And I said to myself, I want to enjoy this and I want to taste it and I want to be satisfied. When we talk to ourselves and we slow things down and we take the pause, it really does help us get grounded because, again, when you're emotionally eating, there's no grounding. It's just putting the food in your mouth and it's serving a different purpose of you maybe trying to calm down or numb out or veg out or procrastinate. So I did take the first small bite and I chewed it very, very slowly and I tasted it. In the past, this is embarrassing, but I'm just going to be honest. I would just eat them so fast, and I would be really bummed out after I ate a whole package because I didn't taste them. I tasted the first one and I had a little bit of that jolt and that dopamine hit, but they went really fast, and then I would be really sad because it was something I really liked. Then I take the second bite. So I really made this peanut butter cup, which is not very big, into 4 bites and just ate it very slowly. And as I'm eating it, I'm reminding myself that I really like it. It's really good. And this is going to be enough because I got to taste it. I wasn't eating it because I was stressed out. I wasn't working. I was not on my phone or on my computer, which is very, very important. And by the time I finished it, I didn't have this desperation to go find another one. And as woo woo as it sounds, I did say that was very satisfying. I said that to myself so that I would feel very satisfied. And I was telling my body, you're satisfied, you're fine. So, one thing that I do, and I do believe that we have to cut off emotional eating at the beginning. So, some of the practical tips that people give you, and I'm going to give you a couple more, don't always apply if you haven't solved some of the other problems. So, if you are really sad or stressed or need connection or you need rest, those are the things we have to address. But if you know you need them and you can slow down and be grounded when you're eating a treat, then you can slow down. So, notice what I'm trying to tell you that if you take just a moment, we don't have to say no to everything. Do we want to do this every day and dig into the sugar? Metabolically, we really don't. We don't want the inflammation. We don't need the chronic disease. We don't want diabetes. But this is life and food is pleasurable and sugar is pleasurable. It's taken me years to be able to develop a way that I can have it where I'm not all in, eating the entire bag and throwing some of it out in the outside garbage, or abstaining for weeks at a time. So the next thing that I did though is I do brush my teeth after I have sugar because I do taste it, and our taste buds are so responsive. Our gut is so responsive. Things just all light up, and my body, I know if I keep tasting it, I will keep wanting it because it really does taste good. So I brushed my teeth, and then the next thing that I did is I went for a walk, and that also helps me with two things. That walk is number one, it's a pattern interrupt. I'm not going to go looking for more sugar because I'm out on a walk. The second thing is to help stabilize my blood sugar. I didn't have a lot of sugar. It probably didn't change things a lot, but I'm not taking any chances. I do movement after every meal because at this age in midlife, again, blood sugar, especially women who've gone through all the menopausal changes, we are so insulin resistant. Anything we eat that might move that blood sugar, we just want to make sure that we're stabilizing it because that really does help us when we are worrying about fat storage. If we are sensitive to insulin, it's such a big helper for us to maintain our weight or if you're trying to lose weight. The information I'm giving you today is to help you if you can't find the happy medium. And I don't like the word moderation because moderation is different for other people. I don't think moderation exists when you are an emotional eater. I think there's tactics that you have to use in order to pause and slow down, in order to eat less and to choose slowly and to take your time with your food. And intuitive eating is also interesting because when we talk about being intuitive, and we say, oh, my body feels like it needs 10 peanut butter cups. That's what my gut's saying. Is that intuition or is that the emotional needs that you have? So, intuitive eating absolutely can happen, but you have to be doing a lot of other things in your life to get to that point. Making sure that you are really addressing the emotional issues, dealing with blood sugar, having a lot of self care. There's so much more to intuitive eating than just saying, I feel like I deserve 10 donuts today. So I hope this helped. I'd love to hear from you and make sure that you follow the show. When we get these downloads, we can reach more women and help them get this message so that they can learn to eat sugar without overdoing it, but also feeling like they can have it and not have to abstain all the time. I do want to say if you feel like abstaining from sugar works for you, I get that. I go through periods where that is better for me and it really reduces my cravings. But that is because if I am in any way stressed out and I have sugar, I cannot follow those rules. I have to pause and we have to have compassion and grace for ourselves. If you want to dig deeper into this and find out how we can help you in your own life, make sure that you check out the link in the show notes for the Cool Girl Collective. That's our community for women over 40 who want to stop emotional eating, learn how to deal with sugar cravings, feel really good going through menopause, and also just dealing with all midlife issues, including relationships. So thank you for being here today. And I wish you the best in this method of taking a pause, eating it slowly, reminding yourself that you are full, making sure that you get some movement afterwards, but most of all, that you actually enjoyed the sugar.